Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you again for popping into one of my videos. Today I want to talk about my favorite 10 champions to play in Paladins. And to start it off at number 10 is Ceres. And I have a kind of a weird variety here for you, but I'm going to give you a few ideas of why I like Ceres. Ceres, I love the healing ability. She has a very strong heal, which is super nice. And I really like her ult as well, because if you throw it out, people can get really messed up by it, and it's really cool. And it's a good counter, not really a counter, I would say, but more of like a team effort on capitalizing on that ult, which is super nice if you have like a Koga, Victor, Genos, anyone else who has like this massive destructive, even a Bomb King, like a distractive ult to combo off. And it also helps that like you can go invisible to get in and out of trouble, and I love that. My build is set up so like I don't necessarily heal while I'm shadow stepping or whatever it's called, but like I regen all my ammo so I can dip in and out to finish off somebody if I need to. And then if of course she kind of has that like Bomb King kind of feel where if you hit somebody with your orbs you can detonate them to do extra damage. And speaking of Bomb King, at number 9, you guessed it, Bomb King. So one thing I really like about Bomb King is the character is just hilarious. They did a really good job with his personality, and I do enjoy him a lot. Even the Twitch Bomb King is great for a voice pack, and even regular Bomb King is great. And on more of his abilities, I'm gonna go with you throw his Grumpy Bomb, it's gonna disrupt the middle. It's gonna disrupt enemies all around. It's so frustrating to get caught up in a Grumpy Bomb. I mean, that thing can instant destroy shields. You can make it detonate faster. Like, it's just not fun for anybody. I mean, unless you're playing Bomb King or on Bomb King's team, then it's great. He's super powerful if you can hit a shot. Like, obviously you got to stick your enemies, but like once you get used to Bomb King, he is so fun to play. And of course, the Poppy Bomb. Who can forget about Poppy Bomb? I've jumped around the map with it. I've launched myself off the map with it. I've launched other people off the map with it, mostly myself. But the Poppy Bomb is such a useful tool if you know how to work it right. And at number 8, we got my girl Vivian. Now there's going to be a lot of, oh well, she's so OP right now. Why is she at number 8? Because she's fun, but she's not super fun. It was a tough to keep between her and Bomb King. I don't know. I get a lot of hate mail with Vivian, so I think that's why she's one up on Bomb King. But the whole thing with Vivian is she's just lots of ammo, huge spray, huge damage. And I like the idea that, like, with the card system that they put up with it, you can make her super quick. Like, I have it so her movement speed's maxed out, and I run Nimble, which is people are like, that's insane. Well, I'm like, well, I see Maeve's running Nimble, and they have max movement speed in the cards, too. So, it's like that. So my style of Vivian I refer to as a flank Vivian because I'm going to zigzag my way around the map and get behind you to your side and take out your back line, which is just not fair because facing a Vivian 1v1 is not always fun. I'm not saying it can't be done, it's just not fun. And if you don't know, her ult, she has like her little sensor drones that she throws, like that prop up next to her, and like they shoot, and I think it's like a mild AoE splash damage, and it is just destructive. And what's really cool about her ult, and it's unique to her, is that once you activate it, your ult starts recharging. So if you're like me and you can last a while, or in some cases the whole match with just your ult, like I've died and had my ult ready to go again. So like that's one really unique thing with Vivian. But the problem is yeah, they can be destroyed. Like I've had Fernando's constantly focus just those first. I mean, I don't blame them, it's destructive. Anyways, at number 7, guys, we have Koga. And I know some people are going to hate on it because Koga is just broken right now. I 100% agree with you. He's just so fun. He's agile, he can climb walls. I like the double ability thing, kind of like a Strix. I really like that where he's got 2 different weapon styles. I don't know, you got to play Koga to really understand why I love Koga. Once you figure that out, you know where I'm at. And at number 6, guys, we got Inara. And I know it's going to be weird. I'm a frontline main, and Inara's at number 6. So here's the thing. I love Inara. She's one of the most broken tanks right now. She's top tier tank. or one of the top tier tanks, I should say, at this current moment, which is 1.3, just in case people watch this video like 6 months from now. But she's just super beefy. She's got her Warden's Field, and you can have it like the legendary where it cripples, which I don't know why you wouldn't, or Mother's Grace for that CC immunity and the healing. But still, you can cripple people. You can have it set up so you're taking less damage like I do, because mine's all set up around damage reduction and a slight heal and just being an annoying Inara basically and just not dying. I mean, who also doesn't love throwing up a wall to block the enemy away from the point, or even to stop a dude from backpedaling towards his allies, and then have like a Furia or Saris get in contact with them. You throw up that wall, they can't get to them. Only Genos can do that. And I mean, and her ult is so good. I love her ult. If you can hit it, you can wipe out a team because it'll stun them, and then your damages or flanks come in and just wipe them out. It's great. And at number 5, so we're in the top 5 now, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I don't care, bring it, is Ying. I fucking love Ying. I don't know why people hate on Ying so much. I understand her heals aren't the greatest from opener. She's so fun to play. So, I love the fact her ult is a group AoE, and what I've done is I've died, I died, ulted, dimensional linked into my allies, and threw up illusions so that I could heal everybody continuously as well. So I went from the spawn, to the edge of their spawn while we're pushing in the payload and keeping my tank alive, or my damages, whoever's up there, alive just a little bit longer. Plus adding some extra damage to it and everything else. Ying is super useful in that way. And I like the fact that, you throw it, so, what I've done is when I'm in a 1v1 situation, right? Let's say, I don't know, Xin. So I'm battling out of Xin, I'm doing pretty good, but I've noticed my health's a little low. I throw an illusion behind him, he's still focused on me, dimensional link, shatter, hit him from the back. Because my setup right now is every time I dimensional link an illusions pops, so he's going to get sandwiched by 2 different illusions, and I can still hit him myself, which is super good, and it's super annoying when that happens to me. But she is so good as an escape artist, and it's so much fun. And at number 4, guys, we got my boy Genos. And, I mean, what else can I say about Genos? You can heal people through freaking walls. All you do is just go, boop, you can sit behind a wall and just keep hitting your tanks. It's so nice. Yeah, I mean, his heals aren't going to be the strongest, but at the same time, he's a top tier because he doesn't need eye contact, he doesn't need, vision with you. You don't need to lock eyes with him to get a heal, unless your healer's bad, and then that's all on them, not the character. And, he is super useful, not only as just, the healer, because he can heal through walls and everything, but, his Void Grip, you can pull up enemies, zip around the corner, pull up enemies, and have your team just melt them. That happens to me more times than I can count. I'm laughing about it because it's frustrating. And also I like the fact that you can zoom around the map. I've been scrappy with him where I got a flank coming from my side, I just whoop. I use his speed ability and I'm just looping around, zigzagging around corners, healing my tank because like I said, I just need to be behind a wall and I can still do it. And so I get healed off of that, my tank gets healed off that, the flank is pissed, it's a great time. And I'm scrappy. So when I'm with him, I've gone games as Genos where I've gone 20-1 because I'll just zip around the map and won't get caught. Yeah, granted, not everyone's, and I have those moments where I get stuck on a wall because I'm panicking or whatever, it happens. But I'm saying, it has happened where I can get away. And at number 3, guys, we're breaking into the top 3 today, is Tyra. And I know somebody's going to hate this, but I love Tyra. I've always loved Tyra. I don't know why. She was one of my first damages that I really fell in love with. I mean, when I first started playing, I really got into Cassie at first, but then I found Tyra, and my world has never been the same. So, automatically, hands down, I'm always going to run Burn Monster, because now my fire grenades completely cripple, they reduce healing, they do extra damage, that's just so dumb. You throw that on a point, you throw that on somebody with high mobility, anything like that, they're gonna be screwed. especially if you're hitting them with your basic fire and everything else. And it's just so amazing. And my big thing too is like her nade launcher does like 700 on a direct impact. Like that's a good chunk of health. That's a third of a lot of characters' health. So if you imagine going hit them with burn monster, they get out of it, and then nade launcher right to the face. Like they're done. There's no coming back from that. And I mean, her ult is super nice as well because you know you get increased movement speed. You never have to reload. You can just hold down right trigger and just spray, or left mouse click, whatever you're playing on, unless you change your bindings in any way. But I'm saying, like, you hold down the fire button and you just go. It is so great. You can melt tanks with it. You can also use your grenade launcher during it. You can Hunter's Mark people, which does increase damage. And the Hunter's Mark, that's another thing too. It's great for tracking enemies. It's great for getting that extra advantage on a tank. You name it. Pyra is just an all-around has an amazing kit. And number 2, guys, to the people who play with me, this is probably going to be zero shock, but it's Khan. I love Khan. Khan is one of the most annoying front lines to play. Holy crap. So I run his Battle Shout legendary, so I'm like CC immune, I get increased weapon damage, and it's just not a good time. You face somebody like Inara who's going to do cripple. Nope, I'm just going to battle shot out of it, so I'm just going to move freely, and you just use the Warden Field. I mean, it has its other perks, but like the main crippling part is no longer a thing. Or Torvald. I have pissed off Torvalds by battle shouting right before they ult me away from the point, and guess what? I'm just going to stand there. It's funny because it's happened to me, so that's why I laugh, because I've been on both ends. And like the shield is super nice. It's not like super huge, but it's only like a self-protection shield, but like it is so nice in the fact that you can drop it and go as long as it does, you know, it's not completely depleted. And to me, that is just fantastic. I've used that to avoid like a Drogo's blast and then turn around, you know, 30 seconds later and use it to block a Leon hit or whatever, you know. It's super nice. So like you can use like his charge or the grab offensively or defensively, because I've used it to get the hell out of dodge, and I've also used it to get the hell into dodge, and also to, hey, no, you're not running away from me, throw behind like a flank or a damage that's trying to get away. I can grab them, throw them behind me, and my rest of my team comes and helps me slaughter, or they just watch me because, come on, we've all played casuals. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, his ult. How could I forget his annoying ult? It is so freaking frustrating, especially because I main frontline, and I know most cons are going to ult the other tank. It always happens. They're either going to ult the main tank, or they're going to ult the main damage dealer, like a Vivian or something, who's just completely going off and nobody's shutting down. And it is so frustrating, because if they do it right, there is no chance. I don't care how quickly you can dash back. Like, I've seen it happen where they go, you know, they're not close enough. Oh, man, it is so fun to launch people off the map. It sucks facing a con and they know what to do with that, because you just completely get launched off the map. Or what they do is they pull you in and their team just melts you, or you pull them in and melt the team. It doesn't, you know, vice versa. It's just so frustrating, but yet so great all at the same time. And guys, we're at my number 1. If you are shocked by this point, I am so sorry. Nobody should be surprised at this. But my number 1 favorite character to play absolutely whatsoever in Paladins is Ashe. And Ashe is Bay, Ashe is life. I will stand by that. Hell, I want that on my tombstone. Not really, because I'm not going to be buried, but that's not the point. So, the reason I love Ashe was the first character when like I first started playing. She just came out like 2 weeks after I started playing. And oh my goodness, her kit was just so much fun. Because I was playing Frog Isle, and I was just like, oh, what, you know, like, boom, boom. Next thing you know, I kinetic burst somewhere off the map, like, oh my goodness, this is going to be way too much fun. And like, yeah, now I have it set up so I can kinetic burst you off my points, off the map, into the wall, so you're like confused. It's super great. Also, I love using the shoulder bash because I can use that to get either into combat, the hell away from it, you know, knock someone off my point, knock someone around, just being a terror, basically. I mean, and the shield, it's great. I usually run the big shield upgrade for legendary just because it's nice to have that extra protection for my, like my healer may be coming up behind me, or my damages, or my flanks need a little extra protection. Throw that out. It's a little bigger. It kind of helps a little bit more. I'm a team-oriented player, and like her ult, oh my god! If you can pop that ult off in a crucial moment, like I don't know, you're at like 800 health. You pop that ult. As long as they don't pull you off it, you're just gonna sit there and laugh and like just keep hitting them, and hopefully your healer comes up and gets you with a quick heal or two. Like that is so nasty. And I mean, there's legendaries where you can make it so when you land on somebody that gets stunned. Like what the hell? Ashe is so annoying in the right hands. I understand why people hate me when I play Ashe. And the greatest thing that I fell in love with right away, the first line, because sometimes when you kill certain characters, you'll hear some character, depending on who you're playing, will like have a little comment about it. Like Ying kills Ying, and she's like, "This is getting weird," stuff like that. Or, anyways, I got sidetracked for a second. I was trying to think of somebody else. But Ashes against Makoa is the greatest thing I've ever heard. As Ashe, if you get the final blow on Makoa, she goes, "Hey, big guy, bet your mine's bigger." And that is great because they both have cannons, and I love the way Ashe's cannon works. I like Makoa's too, but like I'm just so much more into Ashe's because it explodes and everything like that. Anyways, guys, I've got a few honorable mentions. This was actually really hard for me to narrow it down to 10. Initially, I was going to do 5, and I was like, oh, hell no, I can't pick 5. Because I feel like so bad I'd be leaving out a lot of characters that I'm playing. But my honorable mentions today are going to be Leon, Ruckus, Strix, Furia, and Makoa. They're all really fun characters. Hell, you can throw Fernando in there. Fernando's fun as hell to play, too. It's just he's way in the bottom. Like, he'd be like 16th or 17th on my how many I want to play list. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you again for watching. Drop your, your top 10 or your top 5 down below in the comments. I really want to know, like, how, other perspectives, too. Like, this is great. I like talking and conversing with everybody, and it's super fun. Anyways, guys, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. I try to put out at least a video out once a week, sometimes twice a week. I also do have other videos, like my Egyptian mythology stories, if you guys want to just, you love hearing my voice, or you want to learn something, you can go check that out. If you liked it, hit me a like, man. Share this with your friends. Share this with other Paladins players. I've got all kinds of videos about, like, what I've seen for common mistakes, to, like, how can we do better in ranked. And no, I'm not a pro player. No, I admit I make these mistakes too, but these are things that I'm working on, that you should be working on, and everything else. Also, guys, you like montages? I have a bunch of montages. This is, how we roll on all the characters, like the flank damage, support, whatever. Anyways, guys, I'm done rambling. I want to appreciate you for listening this long, and I will see you next time.